Alright, let's talk about how we're going to make changes to the WordPress website that you have here. First thing you do is you're going to go to your website, which could be something like mywebsite.com, and then you're going to type /wp-admin, and then you're going to press enter. From there, it's going to take you to your login page. We're going to put in your username, you're going to put in your password, you're going to press login, and that's going to take you to the dashboard, and this is what a dashboard looks like right here. This is the back end of your website. Right now we're going to go ahead and look at how to change posts, how to make changes to the pages, and how to make changes to the comments, or delete or mark them as spam. As you can see on this particular website right here on this dashboard, we have 3 posts which are blog posts. We also have pages. We have 10 pages on this website. We have a couple different categories and tags. We'll talk about that later on what that is. What we're going to look at first is how to make changes or add new blog posts. So first we're going to click on post. Then we're going to click on add new. You can click on it right here, or you can click on it over here. We're going to click add new here. And then we're going to add in the title of our post. So this is a test blog. We're going to go ahead and type in test blog down here, and we can type in any information we want down here, and this is where we put our main content. Okay, this is what we call the HTML section. This is where we could go ahead and look at the actual code. You're probably not going to deal with this a whole lot. You want to go ahead and click on visual, and what this looks a lot more like, it looks a lot more like Word or any Word type of processing programs. You could bold, you could italicize, you could put a line through writing, you can number them, you can put little bullets, you can put things in quotes. This is special quotes. They're called block quotes. You could go ahead and tell it to left align, center align, right align, and tell it to check your spelling. What else do we have here? This will give it so that you can see full screen mode. We'll go to that in just a little bit. This button right here is kind of an odd one, and that's going to turn off. See this bar down here? Watch what happens when I click on this. It's going to turn it off. So if that's ever missing, just click on that and it comes back on. And this is where we go ahead and insert schedulers bookmarks. We probably won't be doing a whole lot with that. This is where we could change the format of how the writing looks like. We'll look at that in a minute. Underlining, changing the font color, pasting from Word, removing formatting. You know, a lot of this stuff I don't see you using beyond. We'll also be looking at how to add a new image, how to add video, how to add audio, and how to add media, which could be like a PDF file. Then we're going to go ahead and look at how to do categories and such. So first, let's go ahead and say we're going to make our test blog. This is our test blog. I already typed that in, and then I'm going to type in 1. I can't type today. You know what? Let's just type at 1 par, 2 par, 3 par. I really don't have to type anything special. Right now, everything is in our normal font, and this is just the general font that the website's going to use. We can change this by highlighting it and saying, you know what, we want to make that a heading. So we're going to make it a heading, number 1, and that's going to change the way it looks on the website. Now, each website is different, so when you're done, you're going to have to go in and look at the page to see how the heading looks. We're going to go ahead and tell it to bold it, italicize, and even change the color. Now, depending on the particular website you're using, the heading these functions may not actually do anything, depending on what website you're on. But right now, this is it should go ahead and it'll be red, it'll be bold, it'll say test blog. I'm going to go ahead and change it back to just heading 1. There we go. I took it back to the normal look right there. We could change the other fonts. Like I said, paragraph is normal, but you can mess around and experiment with these other headings to see how it will look on your website. Now let's say we want to go ahead and have this particular area centered. We're just going to click on here. It centers your writing. And let's go ahead and say we want to be a link so that when you click on it, it'll take you to another web page. You're going to go right up here to insert link. Click here. It's going to bring up this little box. and then you're going to type in the URL. So we're going to go and put in my website, youbeginhere.com. Press insert, and you're done. So when somebody's on your website, they can click on that and it'll take them to their page. The other functions that are important are typically when you're doing a blog post, you're going to want to put in a breaker line. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pick about one paragraph, and after that paragraph, you're going to click on here. It's insert more tag. And what that's going to do is that when somebody's just looking at your website, it's going to just give them a partial view of what the paragraph looks like that, and if they want to read more about more of the blog post, they're just going to click on the more button, and then it'll show them the rest of the blog post. Otherwise, it's only going to show one paragraph, or if you put it down here, 2 paragraphs, and so forth. That's basically it. I would encourage you to go ahead and just experiment with trying to add information and experiment with trying to see what the different headers will look like. Again, you can copy stuff from a Word file and insert it in here, and you won't really have much of an issue. Go ahead and experiment and see what it looks like when you do the quotations up here. If you want to add a picture, just find where you want to insert the picture. You're going to click up here, add an image. It's going to bring up an additional little box here, and we're going to tell it to select a file from my computer. And I have, let's just do this one right here. Try and get up. I don't know if I have any others that are smaller. Okay, we'll pick this one right here. This is a small file from somebody else's website, and I'm going to press OK. It's going to upload the picture. Once it's done doing that, it's going to go ahead and let me change the title of the picture. So we'll call it Care logo. The alternate text is so that when blind people come to the website, they know what it says on the website. So I'm going to type in care. You can put in a caption. You can put a description in there. Right now, if you click on the picture, it will take you to this URL, which is basically, it'll just take you to a picture of the, it'll enlarge the picture. But if you want it to be a link, you could have it link over to another website. I'm going to go ahead and put in youbeginhere.com, and I'll take them to my website. You can tell the picture to alignment none, or you can tell it to hang out to the left or hang out in the center or right. You can tell it what size. Do you want it to be a thumbnail, or do you want it to be a full size? And then you're going to click insert into picture. Once you're all done picking out your features, and that's how you add a picture into the website. So if you want to add pictures, family pictures, or pictures of the organization just doing any events, you go ahead and click on that. Once you're done inserting all your information, you're going to pick a category. So we're going to pick pastor's blog, and we're going to pick from our tags, which I have here: churches in Ojai, Ojai Valley Church, Ojai Valley, Ojai Church. And these are just some tags that makes it easier for for Google to find the website and find pages. And then that is it. Once you're done there, you can go ahead and tell it to publish. And the post has now been added to the actual website. So I'm going to go ahead and view this post here. Open a new tab. Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go. And there you can go. You can see that the file has been added. You can see how I put it in quotations and added things in here. You can see how it's added the picture. By putting test blog, we went ahead and added and changed the header. This is a link to my website, so everything is there. Now let's go ahead and go back to these pages. We're done here. So we're going to go ahead and go back to post. I'm sorry, back to the dashboard. And let's go ahead and look at how we're going to make changes to pages. Pages is the same thing. You could add a new page if you like. I don't recommend you doing that because you need to know how to add it to the menu bar. But you can make changes to the pages simply by going onto the page. You can either click here or you can click edit. You could also trash the page. Again, I wouldn't do that unless you know how to make changes to the menu bar. But let's go ahead and edit the page. You'll notice this looks exactly like the post page. It's not any different, or there's some minor differences. This is an example of how to, it just says this is an example page. We don't actually have this page active on the website right now. However, you could go in here and just make modifications just like you would on a post. The only difference is you don't have a category to pick and you don't have tags to pick over here. When you're done, you click update. Again, you add the pictures just like you would on a post. You could add video, you could add audio, or you could add like a PDF file as well. And now let's go ahead and say we want to make changes to the comments. Let's say somebody leaves a comment on your website that's just not appropriate. We click on comments. And at this time there's no comments on this website, but it would show comment section right here and you would just click edit. You could delete it. You could put a little check mark and say, you know what, it's spam. And you can just make any modifications. You could delete them. I really recommend that you go ahead and mark them as spam, because the website, as it gets used to knowing what spam is, it will begin to censor websites or censor comments that are spam. And that is pretty much it, how to make general changes to the website. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. That should, though, give you an overall idea for right now. Thank you very much.